If you walk into a normal clothing store today, the experience is pretty predictable. You find a shirt, you look at the price tag, you try it on, you buy it. But recently, Reliance, the absolute behemoth of Indian retail, launched a new fashion chain called AZORTE. And if you walk into one of these stores, it feels less like a mall and more like a sci-fi movie. We're talking smart trial rooms that automatically know what clothes you brought in, RFID interactive screens that style your outfit for you, self-checkout kiosks, endless aisle digital screens. The tech press went wild. The headlines all said the exact same thing. Reliance launches the Zara killer. AI is taking over fashion. But the tech press missed the actual story. Because AZORTE is not trying to compete with Zara. They don't actually care about selling you that jacket. They are doing something much smarter, and honestly, a little terrifying. Today, we need to talk about why the smartest companies on Earth are suddenly turning physical fitting rooms into massive data collection engines, and how your behavior behind a closed curtain is becoming the most valuable product in retail. Alright, let's clear the air first, because if you look up AZORTE online, you'll see a bunch of articles claiming these stores use AI body scanning technology to analyze your height, body shape, and skin tone. When I first read that, my corporate BS detector went off, so I started digging. Turns out, there's no official Reliance source saying they are literally doing full-body biometric scans of you while you're changing. That's mostly just internet telephone game hype. What they actually have are AI fashion discovery stations. Basically, smart screens where you input your preferences, and it helps you find clothes suited for your body type. And look, let's be brutal for a second. AI styling is not a business mode. Anyone can buy a smart screen. Anyone can code a basic recommendation algorithm. Zara can do it. H&M can do it. Your local boutique could probably hire a freelancer to build one next week. If the technology itself is so easy to copy, why is Reliance pouring millions of dollars into digitizing the physical store experience? Because of a massive, glaring blind spot that has plagued traditional retail for the last 100 years. Think about how normal retail works. A traditional brand like Zara or H&M only knows two things about you for sure. 1. What you bought at the cash register. 2. What you brought back for a return. That's it. Everything that happens between you picking up a shirt and you handing over your credit card is a total black box to them. It's a ghost town of data. In the tech world, we call this survivorship bias. Traditional retailers only measure the winners, the completed sales. They are completely blind to the friction. But a tech-enabled store, it changes the entire game. By putting RFID tags on every single piece of clothing and tracking them with smart trial rooms, Reliance isn't just tracking sales. They are tracking human intent. Let me give you a scenario to show you exactly how powerful this is. Imagine 10,000 people walk into a store, pick up a trendy blue jacket, and take it into the fitting room. But out of those 10,000 people, only 2,000 actually buy it. Why? Because the sizing runs too small, or the zipper feels cheap, or they couldn't find the right match for it. If you look at traditional retail analytics, the computer says, hey, the blue jacket sold 2,000 units. It's a moderate success. Let's reorder the exact same amount next season. But if you look at AZORTE's data, the computer says, wait a minute, 10,000 people wanted this jacket, but 8,000 rejected it in the fitting room. There is massive demand, but we have a product flaw. Boom. That is the difference between flying blind and having X-ray vision. What Reliance is doing here is bringing the e-commerce playbook into the physical world. Think about how Amazon or Netflix works. Netflix doesn't just care about what movie you finished. They care about what thumbnails you hovered over, what you watched for 2 minutes and clicked away from, and what you searched for at 11 p.m. on a Sunday. They use that behavior to feed an algorithm. Behavior creates data. Data creates better recommendations. Better recommendations drive more behavior, which creates even better data. It's an infinite loop. Until now, physical stores couldn't do this. But with smart fitting rooms, AZORTE can potentially see which items were tried on together, which sizes were requested through the digital screen while inside the room, which recommendations the customer actually clicked on, and exactly what was left behind on the rejection rack. This is why the vendors who sell these smart fitting rooms market them so aggressively to corporations. They aren't selling cool tech for customers. They are selling behavioral analytics. They are selling the ability to optimize inventory, design better products, tweak pricing on the fly, and change store layouts based on real-time data. Now, here is where the story gets really crazy. And this is the ruthless mentor perspective that most people completely miss. If AZORTE was just an independent fashion brand, this data would be valuable. But AZORTE belongs to Reliance. Reliance doesn't just own fashion stores. They own Jio, the largest telecom network in India. They own Reliance Fresh and Smart, groceries. They own Tira, beauty. They own AJIO, e-commerce. Imagine a world where the data collected from your fitting room experience in an AZORTE store in Mumbai or Delhi doesn't just stay in that store. What if it connects to your broader retail profile? What if the shirt you rejected in-store suddenly pops up as a discounted ad on your AJIO app the next day? What if your style preferences cross-pollinate with beauty recommendations on Tira? If executed well, Reliance is building one of the largest, most detailed consumer preference graphs in the history of India. Trends can be copied, clothes can be copied, store layouts can be copied, but a proprietary, multi-industry dataset showing what millions of consumers consider buying, but didn't. Good luck copying that. Zara can't compete with that. H&M can't compete with that, because at that point, you aren't competing against a fashion retailer. You are competing against a technology company that happens to sell clothes. So, let's bring this back to you and me. A lot of people look at this and get uncomfortable. They ask, do we really want AI deciding our fashion choices? Do we really want algorithms tracking us while we're trying on pants? But here's the cold, hard truth. Most people will happily accept it. We accepted it with Spotify because it saved us time and gave us great music. We accepted it with TikTok because it entertained us. And we will accept it in retail if it consistently saves us time, cuts out the friction of waiting in lines, and makes us look better. The companies that win the next decade of retail aren't going to be the ones with the prettiest clothes or the flashiest marketing. It's going to be the ones that understand what you want before you even realize you want it. Next time you walk into a high-tech store and see a smart mirror, just remember, you aren't just looking at the product is looking at you. Thanks for watching. If you appreciated this deep dive into the business side of tech, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next one.